Radio. We're going to talk about slavery because a lot of people don't know what it means. I'm going to break it down for you. It's going to take me a little few minutes, but if you stay for the last 5 or 6, 7 minutes, I'm gonna get it to you raw. Okay, now when you listen to this, you got to pay attention. You can't be doing something else. You got to be focused. I know a lot of time you just doing you're multitasking when you listen to videos, but that's not the way you get the point of the video because you miss it. You miss the point because you're not focused. So stay focused. I'm gonna share with you what this all slave is about. So-called black people have always been a slave in America. It's been increasing. And it's been a gradual process. And when you talk about picking cotton, that was done, that was they would hold it, use it, put it like this. They haven't showed you the truth. How can somebody come here from another land and force you to pick cotton? I mean, look, you're not that type of weak people. That's their history. That's the version they want you to see to make you feel inferior, that they have control over you, that they have had control over you. Even the times have been changed. This man, you can't make this up. Just think about it. You and your country, that's the first lie he said. He brought you here. No, no, that's a lie. He came here fighting all these wars because we fought him tooth and nail. And we still fighting. That hasn't changed. I mean, we're not using guns. That'd be a stupid thing because that's his weapon of choice. You don't fight no man with a weapon that he has the manufacturing of. I don't care how many you get, how many you buy. You can't outbuy him. So anybody talking about going to war with this man with guns, you're ignorant. You're stupid. That's what the Panthers didn't know. That's why they're no more. There's no Duran just dying. For what? That you fought a man with the weapons that he makes? No, 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 no. Be intelligent, people. This is a spiritual war. This is where your help is in the spirit. So the spirit of lies is what he's telling you to make you feel you are less than he is. Telling you you're a slave. Telling you he forced you to pick cotton. Showing you movies of this. None of that happened. None of that happened. You want to know what happened? Okay, since you hanged on this long, since you stayed with me this long, I'm going to share with you what really happened, point by point. Because he couldn't defeat us, even with his weapons, he started attacking our villages and our homes where we lived at, killing everyone. That is what broke our spirit. See, this was a point, a spiritual war. Those of us who stopped fighting him, he spared their lives. But he wouldn't allow them to practice their culture, their religion, their way of dress, their language. All that was outlawed. You had to become a clone of him. You had to learn his religion. You had to speak his language. The more you did this, the more he was accepted. So the slavery is he built prisons instead of having you to work, and it was forced labor because he always had somebody with guns out there if you didn't want to work. You know, a slave, you don't have to force a slave to work. He's just going to work. But no, this wasn't slavery. This was forced imprisonment. We was at the point of a gun, you're a prisoner. Anything we did, he had to have guns pointed at us when he forced us to. So he said, well, this guy kind of tired. He got tired of watching us. That's why he built prisons and put us in a cage. Those of us who did not go along with his programs, who rebelled against him, he called us belligerents. That's why today the police are taught to shoot you if you show any resistance. Because that resistance shows you are your God. And your power exceeded his in the spiritual realm. He cannot fight that spiritual war. And your resistance shows him you are spiritually mightier than he. And he fears it. That's why he comes out guns drawn on you when you're on the ground kneeling with your hands up. Because you don't know what you can do. He's so frightened of your power. He allows his gun to protect him. Because he knows your spiritual power is so great. So it's fear that caused him to shoot people. He's not a murderer. I mean, yes, he is, but it's because of fear. So the prison was started so he wouldn't have to watch you all the time. And so as the populations increased, he built more and more prisons. And he made everything illegal. I mean, everything he can. That's what the legislators and the Congress is for, making things illegal. Things that you do normally. You know, just like normally you might want to take a walk. Just to do some exercise. He would arrest you for lottery. That you're lottering. You should be working somewhere. You should be on a plantation. So he arrests you because he wants you to work for him. He wants you to think of how to improve your condition. And especially the young people who haven't been programmed, they start showing their freedom and independence in schools. And so he take those numbers of those ruly students and he built the prisons according to how many unruly students he have in the schools. Because he's going to make you work for him regardless. That's why he built the prisons. And there are more prisons because there's more youth. And that's why you have more of us in prison. That's the slavery you want to talk about. So it hasn't been outlawed. It's still going on under the form of. And the way he gets around this is in the Constitution. He says you won't be prison unless for involuntary. They call it involuntary servitude. That is. But he can imprison you with voluntary servitude. In other words, when you go to prison, he's saying that's a voluntary act because you broke a law, you're willing to pay the punishment. So he's saying in his law that you voluntarily went to prison. That's what he's saying. That's how he's interpreting the law. So he can have you do whatever you need done in these prisons. That's slavery. Everything is made illegal. You get in the car, you're in a hurry to go somewhere. He looks at you, stops you. Oh, your seatbelt ain't on. Now the seatbelt is to protect you, right? So if you're disregarding your well-being, how can that be a crime? No one is hurt but you. I remember when all these, they call it human trafficking laws were started. I remember they started car insurance. That's when we becoming prosperous. We were being able to afford vehicles. So he started putting a requirement that you have insurance. This hasn't been here long, just about maybe the 70s. We started car insurance. Now, what you didn't know is that unless you built your own car, every car you purchase, you sign it over to the state when you register it. Anything you register, you sign back over. Register has to do with the regency of the Queen. The City of London, they own all the material here. Do your study. I'm just repeating things that I've studied. I don't able to give you references right now. Registry has to do with the Queen in England. Everything you register, you give it away. You're giving someone else authority over it. You see that in the print if you read it. If you knew legalese, you'll know that. So the vehicle belongs to the state. So he want to make sure if you get in an accident, he can get paid for the damage to his vehicle. In other words, if you didn't insure his property, he will suffer a loss on the books. You get into a crash, you destroyed his vehicle. Since it's his and not yours, he suffered a loss. But if you have insurance, Do you think he don't have insurance? Yeah, you may get paid 25,000, but he get paid much more. He get paid the full price of the vehicle. The state does. Yeah, they have insurance. They own it. They own the vehicle. You know they got insurance. And they got your insurance. Their insurance is your insurance. You paying for it. And where is this money coming from? These thousands of dollars from the insurance. It's coming from your account. Nobody's giving you anything. You don't know, but you're worth millions of dollars at birth. Your birth certificate is a security note. It gathers interest over time. So you all millionaires. Let me say that again. You're born in America, you automatically a millionaire. You just don't see the money. So slavery, as they talk about it, never existed. It's going on now. Anybody in prison is enslaved. And he always profit from it. That's the system. So the way to be free is to know the law. Do not break. If you don't break God's law, the first law, you cannot break his laws. All laws are much higher than his. So abide by the laws or you're going to be a slave. Simple. And remember, this is a spiritual battle. So you can't beat him physically. You can, but that's not what the war's about. It's spiritual battle. You can whip his butt spiritually. Matter of fact, if your spirit is strong enough, you never get stopped. If you're in tune with your creator, he wouldn't dare stop you. I don't care what he sees on your vehicle, on his vehicle. Remember now, if you registered with the state or the county, it's not yours. But we have classes on this in the private, so let me know if you want to participate. Send me your email address. Um, I got the link in my videos. You got to find it because I want to see who's serious about this. So I gave it a few months ago, I guess. So you got to do. And the reason why I'm doing it like this, because I want you to listen to my videos to see if you're in harmony with the teachings. So when you watch the videos, you're going to find the link. Because I don't want a lot of people. I just want a few to share my knowledge with. It won't cost you anything. Matter of fact, you're going to prosper from the knowledge. It's going to pay you. You got to pay me for it. I didn't pay for it. Oh, well, I paid for it in research and time. But that's my duty. That's why I'm here, to share the knowledge. For those who really want it, you got to really work for it. That's my charge. You find a link to get started, you paid the price. And I'll write a contract to that. That's another thing. Don't go by people promises. You ask for a contract. And I'll give you a contract that you don't have to ever pay staying in the light, anything. Because to stay in the light, you got to do the work that I do, that I ask you to do. That's the price that you're paying is the work. That's where it's supposed to be. You're working for yourself, though. You're not working for me. Okay, greetings everybody in the chat. Man, this is a very good crowd I got. They're intelligent. They proper greetings. Wow, I'm amazed. Buenos dias. Anybody want to conversate? I guess not. And don't call yourself crazy, man. That's a put down on your spirit. If you call yourself crazy, you're gonna be acting crazy. Call yourself a divine name. Don't put that vibration. Even though the world is crazy, people look crazy, talk crazy, act crazy. Don't put that word in your vibration. Because you put the vibration of what you want to be. You don't want to be crazy. Nobody wants to be crazy. So I'm going to say peace to everyone. Thanks for showing up. And find the link and let's get this ball rolling.